Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. So Nelly.
Yes.
So why are you here at Blogworld? You don't have an answer? You're like blank stare.
Did we start it?
Well, dude, we started like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I just roll right into it,
oh,
dude.
Okay.
And that smooth.
That was
with
very
my
good.
interview juice here.
Yeah, I
they
like
give me
that.
a thimble of interview
I didn't even
juice.
know I was being interviewed.
That's slick.
So what am I doing at Blogworld? We are a media sponsor. I'm with Webgrrls.
Okay.
Webgrrls is a media sponsor for Blogworld, and we have a booth promoting Webgrrls as a membership organization for women.
Okay, so that's what it is. But what does that mean? So you're a woman. I can become a member. I can't. Obviously I'm not a woman. But if you are a woman, you can become a member. What would this mean? What would you get? Like a badge? A bag?
You get the Webgrrls badge.
Oh, okay. It's possible.
Webgrrls is a networking organization for professional women who are in or interested in technology, who want to learn how to leverage technology for their professional lives. We're essentially is a forum for women to be able to leverage to become more successful, however they define success.
So even if they're in this world, they're not necessarily technically minded. Sorry, I kind of stumbled through that. Technically minded. Would this still be a good organization for them to join?
Absolutely. I think we started back in 1995.
I remember.
And in 95, it used to be a lot more techie oriented, but now that technology is so pervasive in almost any industry, we have people from all walks of life, from any industry verticals, any age group who come to Webgrrls because there's this now a need to know technology, to know what are all the different tools that are out there to be able to leverage to become more successful in their businesses, in their careers, in their networking, in getting a job. Almost everything that you do now has a technology component in it. So it's an interesting change, kind of evolve how Webgrrls has evolved. And now we have women who are not so technical, either coming to Webgrrls to learn the technology or connect with other technology people to be able to execute these strategies for them.
You know, that's it's interesting because as I'm sitting here on a show floor, and I know it's difficult because the camera's only pointing one direction, but I don't know what the percentage breakdown, but I see a lot of women walking around, like not just guys. And typically in the tech world, it's guys. It's dominated by guys. I mean, have you seen that change? Has that been a slow change? Has it just increased the change of proliferation of women who are really into technology or realizing that technology is this transformative it's a powerhouse? I mean, as you said, very pervasive. Are more and more women, starting to just feel like this is as much a part of what they need to be doing in the business world as men?
I think that it's almost a non-question now. There are people now who say, I don't know what this social media thing is, but I know that I need to be doing it.
Right.
So it's almost like they can't ignore it anymore. It's so loud. The information is there, and they're realizing that if they don't start embracing it now, that they're going to be left behind. And so now it's almost a non-choice. There's still, when we talk about women in technology, I'm a very technical woman. I have a computer science background. I'm a CTO for Webgrrls, so I do all kinds of technology stuff. But I don't expect all women to be doing that. I wish they were, because we as developers could shape all the different products. We have a lot of power as developers to be able to determine where we go as a society and how our products are being shaped as a result of that. But I think that there are a lot of different tools that are, that could be leveraged by women, even though they're not building them, that are really good. Like all the different social media tools. Blogging has transformed the women communities. So now you can actually have a business doing something that you love and care for your kids and build an empire.
So speaking of empire, how big is this little organization?
I
don't think it's all that little. I think it's pretty big.
It's pretty big. We have over 30,000 people who call themselves Webgrrls.
Wow.
It's really cool. Now I think that any woman in the 21st century, any professional woman, can now call herself a Webgrrl, which is really cool.
So then, how long have you been involved with Webgrrls?
I've been over I've been at Webgrrls for over 10 years now.
That's a healthy stint.
Yeah.
See, and I'm serious. I knew, like, right when you were introduced to me, I was like, wow, old school. And I didn't mean that in a bad way. I knew you guys were around for a long time.
Yep.
I've been around for believe it or not, a long time.
Well, Webgrrls started in 1995. I've been involved as a CTO for 10 years, so I've been involved with it before then for a couple of years.
As a member?
As a person who worked there. And then I went away, and then I came back.
Wait. So why did you go away? Was there another opportunity on the horizon, or?
Well, it was another opportunity at a big company, and I didn't know at the time, but Webgrrls really fostered an entrepreneurial spirit in me, and I got spoiled without even knowing it. But there was this need and want to experience something bigger. In an entrepreneurial company, you always have lack of resources. And,
Tell me about it.
And you always think that the grass is greener on the other side, right? So I thought I would go to a bigger company and there would be no lack of resources. And I did, but there was no lack of resources, but there was lack of imagination. There was lack of spirit. There was lack of life. And so while I was working there, I still kept in touch with Webgrrls and actually worked for them part-time. And then I just made the plunge. They offered me the CTO position, which was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I was really young.
Really young? Because you're what, like 19 now? Really young. Give me a break.
Oh, thank you so much for the compliment. I really love you.
Dude, come on. I'm pushing like 74 over here. So, it's interesting. And I wanted to dive into specifically your role. As a CTO, what are you doing? What are your primary responsibilities?
I set the whole strategy for the organization from a technology standpoint, and that involves putting the teams together for the projects that we undertake, setting and deciding what we're going to work on, what tools and community things that we want to build on Webgrrls.com, which is the international hub of where all of our members connect. And so I also am involved on a local level. So I run the New York City chapter, which is one of the most amazing things that I've actually done, which happened by accident. Temporarily, I was supposed to take over the chapter, but it was really amazing because having my feet on the street, essentially, really connecting with our members, understanding what they need and what tools they want, and as a CTO, I can actually make those things happen. So it really helps me understand what our members need and how to give them what they want.
So what challenges, if you can talk about them, what challenges are you facing? They just turned off the lights there. It's okay, I look better in the dark. So what challenges do you face then as a CTO in today's age?
It's really keeping up with all of the different things that are out there. And that's one of the things that I also sometimes have to say, like having the greatest thing is not necessarily the best thing. You want to have a strategy, you want to understand where it is that you want to go and try to hold yourself not to jump too forward because there's so many different distractions, so many different things that you could be doing, and in my opinion it's better to do fewer things and do them right than just try to go after every single opportunity and be at the cutting edge just because. So that's one of the biggest challenges is really saying, nope, we're not going to go there. Even though it's really cool, we're just going to continue with our mission and do it a little bit at a time.
Okay, so if you had to send a welcome message, or if you were to try to recruit some new Webgrrls, how would you do it to the audience? Pretend you're talking to an audience filled with potential members. How would you get them to join?
I think how Webgrrls differentiates themselves from offering really practical, tactical, no-nonsense connections and learning opportunities. I'm a busy professional woman, and sadly to say, whenever I go to some of the networking events or events in general, I sometimes come back and I feel like I wasted my time. And my goal, because I go and experience all of this, and I am a busy professional, my goal in running the New York City chapter and also teaching other chapter leaders how to run a chapter, I always say our goal is to not waste your time. And all of our events, all of the things that we do are with that in mind. So it's all practical, it's information that you can take with you and implement the next day. If you connect with somebody, we'll teach you how to follow up. We'll teach you all of the different things that you need to do.
This is, I mean, it's perfect for existing professionals, but really, really good for the up-and-comer, someone who hasn't even entered, the professional world. It really, really, you've got a chance to kind of, help them blossom into a really productive member of the workforce, as it were.
Absolutely, and for the upcoming professionals, Webgrrls is a great mentorship kind of connection program where we have seasoned professionals who have been in the industry for many, many years. And if you're just coming in, my biggest advice to any woman who's just entering the marketplace is join organizations like Webgrrls so that they can connect with the right people. I mean, every opportunity that has ever come across me is through meeting somebody. And I meet people everywhere. It's like I network all the time. And you don't just go to a networking event to network. You should be in a mindset of networking all the time, having your cards with you all the time. I was surprised that I met a whole bunch of people here today who came without cards, and they came to an event without cards. So, it's teaching stuff like that you can only learn by meeting other people and just changing your mindset.
Fair enough. So can you spell out the domain for everybody?
Sure. It's Webgrrls. So it's 2 R's, no I.